Although Leopold dedicated this site to UW Arbor research and education, and his idea was that we would reestablish plant communities like those that were here when Europeans settled, and he had some very clear ideas of why we should do that. It was to study them and to understand them. So it's important because it helps us understand how vegetation and animals react to things that people do, and because it helps us people understand how they affect the land. I think one of his more profound statements was about how we need to learn to live on the land without spoiling it. So we're hoping that the Arboretum is an example of a place that never gets spoiled. Unfortunately, we're not entirely in control of that. Much of the effect of humans is occurring outside of the boundaries of the 1,200 acres here in Madison, and the effects of human activities upstream are quite visible downstream here in the Arboretum. So doing research that helps us conserve and restore land is extremely important. So it's a really beneficial mandate for the Arboretum to both conserve and restore, advance restoration ecology, the science, and then foster the land ethic, which is the outreach. That's our mission, and it's very appropriate for land that is managed by the Arboretum. It's really an important role for a place like the Arboretum because we can do the research in the same place where we can interpret it for the public and where we can show off the experiments that we perform and help people volunteer to work with us, get a better idea of how the research is done. Because it's one thing to get a report that says, here's what we learned. It's quite another to be able to participate in that research, to work with scientists or work with students that are becoming scientists and figure out all of the things that go into understanding something as complex as an ecosystem. We're trying to understand at the moment exactly how all of that water that runs off of the urban landscape can be effectively treated so that it doesn't damage our own wetlands as well as the downstream waters. It's a big, tough issue. We're trying to understand how to restore different kinds of ecosystems. You'll see lots of evidence that brush gets removed here and there and certain trees get removed here and there. And mainly, we have problems with invasive species, those that come in and expand, become very abundant, and then eliminate the very species that it's our job to restore. So trying to figure out how to control invasives is a big part of the research. It's like trying to control a disease organism in your body, something that takes over and displaces the native microbes in your body that are good for you.